I wanted to share something with you today, which came about really as the result of a survey that I sent to my subscribers. And I asked them, among other questions, what sort of thing they wanted to learn, or what it was that they were having difficulties with. And one thing that came back from almost everyone was that they struggle to do keyword research. Now, keyword research is absolutely vital when it comes to being successful online, because if you don't know exactly what words you're targeting online, then it's very difficult to either rank for them in the search engines or to find your niche, your market, and more importantly, the people within that niche or that market and what exactly they want and what they're searching for. And the same is true when it comes to paid advertising as well. If you're going to be targeting certain words online, you want to make sure you're targeting the right words when it comes to spending your money on advertising for those words. So this video is all about keyword research, and we'll show you exactly the method I use in order to find good niches and even micro niches as well. And I'll show you live an example of some of the research that I do. So first of all, I'm here at google.co.uk. Now, if you do find yourself at one of the regional versions of Google, which obviously this is a regional version for the UK, then I'd suggest you come down to the bottom here and click on go to google.com and search on google.com instead, okay? Because Google.com covers the largest of the markets that exist online at the moment, that being the US. So that's the one you need to kind of look at because that will give you a good reflection of what it is you're going to go for. You then need to go and type in keyword tool into Google, and the first result you get in the organic results is adwords.google.com/select/keyword tool external, and that's the one you need to go to, and it will load up this, which is the Google Adwords keyword tool. Now, many people are already familiar with this, but you may not be familiar with certain features that it has within it. Now, incidentally, a little tool for you as well, or a quick trick almost, if you like. If you log in to Google AdWords, okay, if you actually get yourself a Google AdWords account, which is free to do, you don't actually have to spend any money with them. You can just get yourself a free account. If you do that, you actually get more results returned to you when you do a search here on the keyword tool. You actually get up to 800 potential words, as opposed to just 100 if you don't sign in. Now, I'm actually not signed in right now, and I'm not going to sign in, but if I was going to do really thorough keyword research, I'd want to sign in and actually make sure I get as many keyword options as possible. But I want to show you can do this with just 100 results. So let's go and type in a word or phrase. Now, here is where you need to type in the area or the market you're thinking of going into. Now, I'm actually going to give you an example from one of the hardest markets to crack online, just to show you that it is still possible to find some great keywords and some great niches, and indeed micro niches. So the one I'm going to go into is weight loss. Okay, now the results I'm going to come back with are going to be very targeted. Now, obviously, weight loss is far too broad for me to target because it's far too general a term. So it's also, by the way, one of the most competitive markets that exists online, if not the most competitive. So I'm going to come down here and click on Advanced Options and Filters. I'm then going to choose from locations and languages all countries, and then obviously my language of English. I'm going to not include adult ideas for the time being. I'm then going to show ideas and statistics for desktop and laptop devices, as opposed to mobile WAP devices or mobile devices with full internet browsers, things like the iPad, or if I think the iPhone actually has a full internet browser as well. Then, and this is the most important part, I think, of what I'm going to share with you, is that you have to filter the keywords, because if you do a search like this for weight loss, you're going to get a massive variety of search terms, and also lots of very, very competitive search terms. And if you're just starting out, or if you're trying to find a micro niche, you want relatively small amounts of competition. You do want competition, because if there's no competition, that means there's probably no market there, because no one's already making money. But you don't want masses of competition, then it makes it impossible to rank for what it is that you're promoting. So let's go here for global monthly searches, and I want more than 1,500 searches per month, okay? And you'll see why I'm doing this in just a second. Then I'm going to add another, and I'm going to choose to have less than 8,000, okay? So global monthly searches of between 1,500 and 8,000. Now, this is where I would suggest you start off if you are new to keyword research. If you're a little bit more experienced at building sites and at getting backlinks to those sites, and you know a bit about how to create an authority website, then you can actually increase this to maybe 10 or perhaps even 12 or 15,000. But I would suggest if you're just starting out, you need to find keywords that have between 1,500 and 8,000 monthly searches, and these will define some micro niches for you. And again, I'll show you exactly the kind of thing I mean in just a second. So then you're going to come down here and obviously type in the random scrambled word that they give you, which is always borderline illegible. I'm not entirely sure what that says. I think it's that, but I could be completely wrong. I often am, because you can't usually read those. But there we go, that was right. And then obviously click search. Now once you do that, you will get results that come back right here. Now, these results that you've got on your screen right now are broad match results. Okay, now that means that the phrase weight loss is within the phrase or the search that you've looked for, and it's in any order, okay, and can have as many words in between it as possible. So anything that has the words loss and the words weight in it count as being search and as being part of the search results when it comes to global monthly searches. Now that's quite misleading when it comes to doing your keyword research. So consequently, you need to actually narrow down the type of match that you get. Up here you can see it says match types. Now currently broad is the only one that's checked. I actually want to only look for phrase match results, because I want the phrase weight loss to appear in the order that I've written it, in the particular sentence that people are searching for. Now you can see here where it says search terms, this is 0. Now that's because weight loss gets far more global monthly searches than what I'm looking for. Okay, it's far too broad, far too big a market, but that's okay, because I wasn't really looking for that. I was just looking for that to give me an idea to actually come down here and find some keyword ideas, which I've got 100 of instead. Now also, one thing to think of as well, if you're going into a market like this, the chances are most people won't actually be typing in weight loss. If you think about what you would do if you wanted to lose weight, you would type in something like how to lose weight, or you type in how to lose weight from a certain part of your body, as opposed to weight loss, because weight loss is a bit too general. So instead you may want to search for something more specific. So rather than weight loss, I might want to come up here and actually think a bit more like my market. And again, this is an important skill to have. If you can think like your market would think, like the people who you're going to be marketing to, think about what they would type in if they were looking for the service that you want to market or the product that you want to market. So let's look for here instead as my seed keyword, if you like, the one I'm going to start off with. I'm going to look for lose weight instead of weight loss. Make sure I've got my phrase match on again, and you can see here I'm now getting some results back. Okay, so how to lose weight quick, how to lose weight naturally, fasting to lose weight fast and safe, and all of these other results come back, and I've got another 100 of these to look through. Now here's what you do in order to establish whether or not you have a good market. You already know that these get the right amount of global monthly searches, so that's not a problem. However, you also want to make sure that the competition isn't too strong. So you're looking for between 10,000 and 35,000 competing web pages for your phrase match results, and I'm going to show you how you look for these. So if you, let's say you find one of these keywords. Oh, by the way, when you're looking through here, it's a good idea to make sure you're looking for keywords that imply that somebody wants to buy something. Okay, so for example, I saw an example yesterday with tennis, and it was tennis software. So somebody who was typing in something like tennis, I think it was something like tennis swing or golf swing. Oh, it was golf actually. Golf swing software analysis software, that's what it was, golf swing analysis software, and that was what people were searching for. Now that implies very specifically that someone is looking to buy some software. Hopefully you can see that. So if they're looking for that, they're much more likely to buy a product than if they're just looking for the words golf swing, because they could just be looking for videos or pictures, or it could be it's too broad. Hopefully you can see the difference between the two, and the same goes for some of these. So let's go look here. most of these actually are looking for information that you could actually sell. Okay, here's an example. Just here, free diet plans to lose weight. Well, if they're looking for free diet plans, the chances are they're not going to want to buy anything, obviously. So avoid anything that has the word free in it, or anything like that, because again, that gives you an idea. Oh, here's another one. Look, calories needed to lose weight. That's the sort of thing they could find very easily online, and it wouldn't necessarily require them to have a product about that specific topic, because it's a bit too simple piece of information. It's not like, how to get flat abs in a week, for example, because that's something that people would be interested in. So again, you need to start thinking about what people are going to be looking for if they're looking to buy something. Again, that's something to kind of think about. Again, jogging to lose weight, probably not something that people are going to be looking for a product. Whereas something like this, losing weight after pregnancy, well, that sounds like something people could actually be looking for a product for, because if they can find a solution that promises them to lose that weight, then they're probably going to be interested in buying it. So again, look for buying keywords, not for just information searches. And if we look through these, the thing to do to find out the competition, let's say we're going to lose one. Let's say we're going to choose one. Lose one. Let's say we're going to choose one right here. So let's go for losing weight after pregnancy. If you just click on that search, it will actually do a Google search for you in a new tab. Now remember, I wanted a phrase match result, so I'm going to actually put those speech marks around that particular search, and then I'm going to click search again. Now, look at the difference, okay? With losing weight after pregnancy, if we take off those speech marks again just for a second, you can see that there's 2,040,000 results that come back. Now that's the broad match search, okay? So instead I want the phrase match result, because these are the real competition, okay? The ones who've got this in their phrase. And already, look, it's gone down massively to just 88,900 results. Okay, so that's a huge decrease, and you'll find that this happens in most cases. It's very rare that you find there's more competition for a phrase match than there is for a broad. It does happen occasionally, but it's quite rare. So you can see the difference right here now. Remember, I said we're looking for between 10 and I would say actually between 10 and 40,000, okay, as your very top end, but ideally between 10 and 35,000 as your results. And this will give you enough competition, but not too much that it's going to become difficult. Another thing to look for, by the way, as well, is to double check down the right hand side, see if anyone's advertising, because if they are, it's a good sign that there's somebody there who is interested, or who is already making money. And if somebody's making money, then obviously you can go in and do the same within that market. Okay, so losing weight after pregnancy is one that's got too much competition right now. It also, in terms of the competition here, if I look at the top 2 or 3 results, one of them is about.com, which you're going to find very difficult to rank above, and CBS News obviously is an international news organisation, which again may be a little bit difficult to beat. It's possible, but it may be harder to get to the top if these ones are the ones on the very top of these results. So again, we go back to the drawing board and we find another one, and we look through, let's say how to lose weight. Here's a great search. How to lose weight without exercise. Gets over 6,000 searches a month, which is amazing. Let's see how many results we get. Okay, so again, look, 374,000. It's a lot less than we had originally, but again, not really the right amount of competition for us. So I'm going to go through and keep doing this process, and this is all you have to do. And this may take you like an hour or 2 hours to do. And I'm going to start drilling down into specific areas of the body to lose weight from. So let's say I'm going to lose weight from the legs, for example. So let's say, and actually, instead of say lose weight, I'm going to say lose fat, because I think that might be kind of more interesting. So let's search for that instead. I'm going to carry on searching for this, and I'll see you in just a second. I'd suggest you do the same right now, and go ahead and look for something that has the right amount of searches by filtering your keywords, and also that has the right amount of competition between 10 and 35,000 as your competition, okay? Because we're looking for some nice easy traffic from the search engines in the first place, okay? So hopefully that will make sense, and I'll see you in just a second once I've found some more promising keywords. Okay, just to show you, I've just now done this search for lose fat, okay? And obviously lose fat, again, no results were found for that specific keyword, but it's given me more keyword ideas. and I come down here and I actually start to see some more specific searches. So here, things like build muscle, lose fat, okay? I can click on there. I know already it gets the right amount of searches per month. So I can come down to here and just go for again, a phrase match. It's 152,000, which again is a bit too high, but it does give me an idea of other things I could search for. And incidentally, if you do find keywords right here that, for example, are an area that's a very specific niche, like this is a specific niche, build muscle, lose fat, that's a specific area. So consequently, I could actually go and search for this. I could just copy this and come up here and get rid of lose fat and paste in that build muscle, lose fat in here and see what results I get back. And again, you can keep kind of recycling those keywords until you find ones that are really specific. So again, I mentioned earlier on losing fat from specific types or specific areas of the body. So here, look, diets to lose belly fat. That's a specific area of the body, obviously. Here's an even more specific search, losing belly fat for women. Okay, so specifically for one gender and one specific area of the body. Also, notice the kind of words people are using. If they're searching for losing belly fat for women, that's different from searching for getting flat abs, for example. It's actually the same result. Like if you get a flat stomach or flat abs or you lose belly fat, it's more or less all the same result, right? But the difference is that in this case they're using the word specifically losing belly fat for women, and also they're not saying lose belly fat, they're saying losing belly fat. So let's search for that and see what happens. Okay, so there's 3.4 million competition for broad, but again let's narrow it down. Okay, it's 155,000. Again, it's a bit too high still. So let's go and look for even more specific searches. And again, you could, if you wanted to, go and run that search again through the keyword tool and find things that are associated with that. Okay, so lose belly fat for women, for example, you could go and search for that specifically. Okay, so let's go through and oh, this is interesting, by the way. This is a good tool to use to actually see what the search trends are like. In fact, that reminds me, if we come up here to columns, I actually want to display, if I can, which I can't on there by the looks of things, but if I sign in to Google AdWords, it will actually show me the search trends, which will be displayed down the right hand side here as well, just to see if the trend is going up or going down. Okay, so I'd suggest you do sign in and get yourself a free account with Google AdWords. Again, you can just sign up using your Google account. So again, losing belly fat for women, we could go and run that search through again. Lose belly fat men, build muscle and lose fat, a slightly different search from the one we saw earlier. Okay, lose thigh fat, that could be kind of an interesting one. Let's click on that one, lose thigh fat fast. Okay, now this already, as a broad, only has 571,000 competing pages, so this might be a result. Okay, so it hasn't gone down enough for me to use this as a keyword, but it does give me the implication that there's much less in the way of competition for this particular type of search. So let me look through this again. I'm going to say lose thigh fat into the Google keyword tool and see what I come back with. And again, you just have to keep doing these and keep looking for little gems, I suppose, little diamonds that are amongst all of these keywords. So let's go for lose thigh fat. Again, just go and search down. Okay, so here's a more specific search, and it's more specific because it has more words. Okay, so how to lose thigh fat fast is different from just saying lose thigh fat. It's a more specific search. So let's go for this one. Okay, this is again 563. Okay, only 150,000 now, but again, it's still too high for what I'm looking for. Here's an interesting one: reduce thigh fat. Now, reduce thigh fat could be one because, again, reduce is different from lose. Lose thigh fat obviously is a different search, and so consequently, this is one that we could use. And again, it gives us an implication that the word reduce could be a word we could search for. So again, we can run that search in particular. How to get rid of thigh fat, that's quite a good one because get rid is quite a strong word or strong phrase to use because it implies sort of a pain. You know, it implies that they want to get rid of it quickly. Aha! Here's something interesting. Look, how to get rid of thigh fat. This only has 51,700 results competing with us. So this is much closer to where I'm looking for. I could actually go and target this one right now, but I want to find one that is even lower than this that would be good for a beginner. So between 10, as I say, and 35,000 as your results that are for phrase match. Remember to put these speech marks in for a phrase match. But if I go for this one, how to get rid of thigh fat, I could actually take this again, copy that and run it back through the search just here. I'll get rid of the speech marks within this part because it's already going to do that for me automatically, and click on search. Hopefully it will come back with some more ideas. Okay, get rid of thigh fat. How to get rid of inner thigh fat. Well, that's really specific. Let's try that one. How to get rid of inner thigh fat. And you can see how we're drilling down now within this particular market. Bingo. There you go. This is one we can use. Right here you can see how to get rid of inner thigh fat. Okay, so the results, first of all, there's 25,500 results for this. The top result as well is from Yahoo Answers. Now that's a good sign, because Yahoo Answers generally tend not to have many links back to them. They tend to just sort of be there and people get their questions answered as and when they need them. But as a general rule, they don't tend to have many links back to them, or what are known as backlinks. Okay, so consequently this is one that you could definitely try to rank for. Okay, and you could rank for relatively easily. You obviously need to know a little bit about perhaps building a few links back to your page, but generally speaking you could rank for this relatively fast. All you would need to do is to go and register a domain name, which was howtogetridofInnerThighFat.com or .net or .org. Don't register anything other than those three. Don't go for a .info or any of those others, because they just don't have the same kind of authority when it comes to the search engines. There's been an awful lot of different different what are called suffixes created, so the things that follow the dot, for example, so like I say, .com, .net or .org, those are really the ones to go for. But there's also other ones that exist online. Occasionally .tv can rank quite well as well, but again you need to do a little bit more work for that to happen, generally speaking. So this is one we can use, how to get rid of inner thigh fat. And again we could go and search for this again, and we could run this through the AdWords tool and see what comes back. Now this gives you a very good idea of some of the ways in which you can search and rank for different keywords and different sites. It also gives you an idea of potential products you could create. In this case, how to get rid of inner thigh fat. That's a very, very specific market, but there are only 25,000 only 25,000 competing web pages, but it gets, if I look down here, how to get rid of inner thigh fat gets 1,600 global monthly searches. Well, that would be enough for you to build an affiliate site, for example, for a product that is doing this specific job. If there isn't a product doing this specific job, you could create it. Now, this is a micro niche, okay? It's only a relatively small number of people searching a month, but if you can completely corner that, that means you can get around 1,600 people a month going to your site for that one keyword. And of course you could build pages on your site for other keywords as well, like for example get rid of thigh fat here, how to lose weight in your thighs, get rid of inner thigh fat just there as well. There's a whole number of different keywords you could potentially rank for. So hopefully that makes sense. That's basically the way to do keyword research using the Google keyword tool. There's also a few other tools which are fantastic for keyword research, and I'll put a link to them in the description of this video on YouTube, and I'll put them underneath the video on my blog itself, adventuresininternetmarketing.net. It's been nice talking to you. I hope you've enjoyed this video and that you've enjoyed kind of understanding a bit more about keyword research and how to use this tool really effectively. Very few people teach this in this kind of depth, and yeah, this is the kind of thing. I could obviously spend more time on this, by the way, but this is an overview really of the kind of methods I'm using in order to find really good little niches. And in fact I've just found you one right here. Get rid of inner thigh fat is potentially one that you could go and look for. The next thing that I would do after having found that keyword is to go and look to see if there's already people selling products that meet that need, and if there are already books and things on the lists on Amazon, for example. I'd go and look for that keyword on Amazon and see if there's any specific products about that particular type of search and that particular type of problem of losing inner thigh fat. If there wasn't any, if there was no products at all, again I'd be a little bit wary, because I'd want to make sure somebody was already in there making money before I went in and did the same. And I may go back and look for another one, but you can see I just go through the same process I've shown you again, and I can do this in any market. Could be golf, could be dating, could be dog training, could be losing weight like I've just shown you, could be on mindset and getting a better mindset. It could be literally about anything. You just have to find things that people are looking for that are potentially ways in which to solve problems for people, and the more problems you can solve for people, the more money you're likely to make online. I hope that's been useful. Again, Matt Duggan here from adventuresinininternetmarketing.net. Please leave a comment underneath this video and subscribe to the channel on YouTube, and if you're on the blog, then just leave a comment on the blog underneath in the comments section, and I'll give you a bit of keyword love for doing so. You just have to fill out your keywords after your name, put your name, then at, and then your keywords, and yeah, I'll link those words back to your site. Alright, take care, see you soon.